Christian Novels Audiobooks, The Story of Wayne and Jean Vozzolo, The Cross Penny Series, Kisses of Mercy, Episode number 96. Jean's kitchen crew had prepped breakfast casseroles Thursday evening. Now that they were baked and piping hot, the crew rang the breakfast bell. "Come on, Willie, you learn pretty quick around here to hurry when the bell rings," Parker said as the 5 teens grabbed their backpacks and headed to the door of the bunkhouse. "Okay," Willie agreed as he finished tying his work boots. As they entered the mess hall, Willie asked, "Is it always like this around here?" "Not always, but sometimes," Parker answered. "The cattlemen are leaving today, so it should quieten down a bit. The workers will be back on Sunday night and Monday morning. They don't eat breakfast or supper here, but they do eat lunch. And next weekend is homecoming for the high school. Last year that was huge. I arrived just a few days before. This place will probably be crawling with guys who at one time lived in our bunkhouse and went to our school." "Maybe you guys can explain it all to me a little later," Willie commented as he got his plate and then headed toward the table where Jean, Wayne, Beth, Mark, Chester, and Carrie sat. "Good morning, everyone," Willie said as he sat down. "I don't see your daughter, Chester." "Nope. She's been running in the streets for a long time this morning. We can't control her," Chester answered very seriously while lowering his head. Willie was at a loss of words and didn't respond to Chester. "Oh, goodness gracious, now you're doing it, Chester," Jean interrupted. "Willie, Sophie's on the track team, and she literally runs miles most every morning. The only place she has to run is on the sidewalks by the streets and in the streets." Everyone else at the table laughed. "You had me going there for a minute, Chester. Jean, this breakfast looks delicious." Wayne started praying loudly, and the heads all over the mess hall bowed, and then the feasting began. "Willie, this is my son, Mark. Mark, this is the W.S. Green on Tony's diagram of the dried produce facility," Beth spoke up. The 2 men nodded at each other and continued to eat. "Willie, last night you mentioned you were going to rent a forklift today. Is that correct?" Wayne asked. "Yes. Where's a good place to rent one?" Willie innocently asked. Beth spoke up. "You go past where you saw the aliens yesterday and go back the way you came, about 2, maybe 3 hours, and you should be able to find a rental place somewhere, I think." She pointed in the direction with her fork. Willie sighed and tucked his head a little. "Beth's telling the truth, but I believe I have a better solution locally," Wayne replied. Willie looked at Jean. She just smiled and nodded her head yes. "Oh, well, I'm thinking about it, Mark. Gwen called last night. The Whitakers are coming today and are spending the night here. Bring them over here for lunch unless you all really want to talk at the drugstore in front of God and everybody," Wayne said. "Here sounds much better. Thank you, Mr. V. I would love for them to meet everyone." "By the way, may I keep the car?" Mark asked his mother. "Yes, we'll talk later, but it's really good to see you smiling," Beth answered. "Mark, you hear me out," Wayne spoke up. "Your boss gave you off until Monday morning. Now that means no working on Blue, especially no guard dogging the fence line at night." "No," Mark interrupted him. "But I will help my mama if she needs it off the clock." "Okay, I guess I can't argue with that," Wayne replied. "After breakfast, Beth, you and Willie need to join me and Jean for a little field trip." "Who or what's Blue?" Willie asked. "It's a darling little tractor that Mark and I are going to totally rebuild," Beth answered. "You?" he asked. Wayne, Jean, Chester, Carrie, and Mark all answered, pointing to Beth at the same time. "Yes, her."